Xin Chao, what's up everybody? Today in this video, we're at Saigon, over in District 1. We're gonna talk about what I've deemed essentially the golden circle. We're gonna talk about this topic quite a bit because it's happening in a relatively quick manner. I think Saigon already knew about it, so we're really gonna talk about real estate and like where it's popping off right now, what the trends are for where people are living and stuff like that. So over here, this is a new area. This is District 2. I forget what this thing's called. They've got like a park over here. So it kind of starts over here where I think these are all going to be good places to own something, I think potentially for a very long time in Vietnam. So if you are some kind of person that is an investor and you know, I'm not a real estate person, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm nothing. I'm a YouTube guy, so you know, whatever I say is wrong. But in my honest opinion, I think this is going to be, you know, from here, District 2, and I'm still drawn on Vinholm's Central Park is a part of this. So I think Central Park's good for a lot of people that need access to D2 and still want access to District 1 relatively quick manner. This new thing over the bridge is pretty much the same as what it looks like to me is living over in Basan. It's the same access to everything. So essentially what's going to happen is this whole area, it already has, this circle, including going into Golden River, the new project, whatever Masteries, whatever that'll get sold into, because I almost guarantee that won't finish as Masteries. And then it just keeps going. You keep putting the circle essentially as you go into Huinhui, down to Huinhui, and you can go quite a bit actually down into District 1 where it follows pretty much all the way to like Boi Vinh. It's kind of a weird circle, but and then you kind of oblong back and draw back in like this District 2 area to that. And this is going to be, in my opinion, this already is the hot real estate market. I think, you know, you're going to see these things fetch a lot of money in the future. Golden River's got a lot of problems because it was cheaply made, and I'm going to assume a lot of these buildings probably aren't the best as well, so they'll dilapidate after, you know, 5 or 6 years. And it's not that bad. I blow it out and make it seem like it's a big deal, but these things are going to be like, you already have these Masteries. They sold that whole lake building for like $1 million for a 1-bedroom. So for like a 50-meter 1-bedroom, they sold it for $1 million USD. Like the pre-buy was $950, and they sold out of that like right away. And then I think the first pre-buy for the 1-bedroom 50-meter, which is the smallest unit in there, was like $900, and then $950, and then $1 million, and now they're at like $1.1, and I don't even think there's any inventory. They're already sold. So people are already buying in to paying a lot of money for an apartment here. I mean, that's a wild jump, dude. You've got these over here, which are $500K for like a 2-bedroom, and they're like $380 for a 1-bedroom starting. For some reason, you go over the bridge and you're all the way up to $1 million USD. It's wildly crazy, the jump in price. I don't know the sustainability. We'll see if Masteries can finish it. I'm curious to get a look inside of this when it's done. They said they handed it over like a month ago, but there's nobody living there. I check sporadically when I'm in this area. So once that building's open and once they're renting apartments, which will be right away, we'll get in there and I'm gonna shoot a shit ton of videos. I'm super curious to see that. And then they're even trying to put apartment housing in here as well. So like where I drew that circle line, you know, there's all kinds of people trying to buy the old projects that didn't get finished. Over by Boi Vinh, over there's a big project that they were going to do like a Golden River that somebody's trying to buy right now and get re-going. So, you know, there is great areas over here in District 2 or wherever Thaoden is, like way down here. You know, that's another good spot. It's always pretty affordable. There's lots of high rises over there, lots of good stuff. But I think really this area is going to be what like you're going to be considering, I think, the most expensive real estate in Saigon. You know, I don't think it'll get changed. I think Basan has always been the most expensive land to begin with, and now that Basan's so hot and it's become so expensive, other areas have popped up kind of around it. Mainly this whole area. They're building the whole city over here, man. Like there is, I think, 3 or 4 more apartment cities coming up, like all in this relative little area very soon, all within the next 6 months to a year period. So you're gonna see an absolute explosion of people moving into this area. I mean, there's going to be so many people that just gonna want to be over here because it's the convenience of the location, everything. You know, people are going to argue and be like, well, I live in District Timbuktu for $5 a month. Ha ha ha. Why do you stay in District 1? Or why do you stay in District 2? Or why do you stay in District 3? Why do you stay in any of these expensive places? Well, I mean, you know, location is everything. That's why the real estate is so much cheaper out there in District 9, because the location is not ideal. You know, where locations are ideal, the real estate's going to be more. Now on to another project. This is another one somebody's trying to buy up too right now, and to actually flip this into apartments. They had it, but then it was some big, you have to look it up, I forget, but there was a pretty big, some kind of scam in the back end of that, where they raised money and took the money and never had any plans of really re-getting the project essentially back on the feet again. This whole area is going to be desirable, and people are going to want to live over here. So, like, you know, this apartment complex, once somebody gets it, I guarantee you these will sell for like $1 million. But somebody told me that this whole thing needs ripped down. Like, it's not usable. Like, that the foundation's messed up. But I mean, this is all hearsay and rumors. Again, I am not a expert in any of this stuff. I'm just a guy that lives here and talks about things that I have a slight interest in. So, don't take my information as anything. I'm just giving theories on what I think is, you know, a hot area from the trends I see, and you know, where hot restaurants and like new clubs and stuff like this pop up. And it's consistently in District 2, District 3, and District 1. So I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out, you know. But I think as far as buying a condo in Vietnam, I don't know. I'm still on the fence. I'm pretty against it because I haven't seen anything really hold up. You know, as things age at the 5 to 6, 7 year mark, things start to kind of fall apart, and they don't do, from what I've seen in all the places I've been at, they don't do a good job of fixing anything. When maintenance is minimum, there's a lot of money saving, like once the project's done, you know. Golden River did this whole thing where, I got a whole video on it, where they went green, like my last year there. So they just decided they're going to turn the air conditioning off on every floor forever, because, you know, that saves them money, but then not lower the management fee because they went green. Then after that, they're like, oh, we're going to turn off the air cons in the elevator too. Okay, you'd be like, well, that's not a big deal, right? Well, there's 50 floors there, man. And I lived at the top. So you go riding 50 floors where it's 90 degrees, and then get out of the 90-degree box into like a 90-degree floor on what's supposed to be a relatively high-end apartment. I mean, at the time, it was still one of the highest-end ones. So, I mean, weird stuff like that. And all apartments kind of did this, too. Like, there's not... Every apartment decided after COVID they're going to turn the aircon off during the day because people aren't there and they're at work. Which is okay, I understand that. But like, Golden River would never turn it on at night. They're just like, they said they would. What they did end up doing was just turning it on the weekends. Like, you literally. So I mean, it's wild stuff like that. As far as owning land, I don't think you can really ever truly own it as a foreigner. There's other channels for like that kind of stuff that I would recommend you go check out. There's like a Duong Global guy. Again, I have no affiliation, but he does like information specifically on this stuff and probably knows a lot more legalities since he's an actual lawyer. So I would go check his page out for more information on that type of stuff. So that's my little thoughts on what I'm calling Golden Circle. It's probably not a circle. I need to look at it on a map. We might fly the drone around a little bit and get you some footage there too. We'll see. As ever, I stream over at kick.com/zbats. If you want to watch me stream, that's the only place that I do it. If you want to support me in additional ways and have contact with me, we do that over at the Patreon, patreon.com/fatandbroke. There's also all kinds of additional content on there, so go check it out. As ever, thank you for watching. If you didn't like it, smash that dislike button. If you did, smash that like button. It would greatly help. If you want to subscribe, you can do that too. If not, keep her moving, eh? Stay frosty. See you on the next one. Peace out.